friends and enemies, and welcome back to Dungeons and Deviants presents The Fractured Stars with the Cosplay Deviants. I am your Dungeon Master, Chan Sterling, and as we last left our heroic adventurers, somewhat heroic, potentially heroic. Chaotic adventurers, absolutely. As we last left our chaotic adventurers, they have been pulled from their own world by magical cards at a very generic convention into this magical world called Concordia. They have been conscripted into an army to prepare for a war effort against the Worm King. They went through a large, incredibly magical wizard's laboratory tower and were able to find the first of 5 star pieces needed to defeat the enemy. As we come back into the adventure, we are going to bring the characters back in and see how they are doing in the war effort against the Worm King. Previously, they set up a scouting party to move forward to see what the lay of the land and where our enemy may be. So I'm going to let our party reintroduce themselves, and we'll see how that all went down. Harley, why don't you start us this time?
Hi, I'm Harley Sin, and I kind of know what I'm doing today.
Good.
I'm Lizzie, and praise dog.
Praise dog.
Praise dog.
I'm Sybil, and I wasn't prepared for this.
I'm Rain, and Sybil took mine, but I got an owl.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Bunny Jade, and you're watching Dungeons and Deviants.
Yes.
That's where we're at today, folks. Let me go ahead and hand all of our miniatures back out to everybody. So we have this, we got Bunny.
We're allowed to have them today?
Yeah, you can have them.
I'm over here.
I do have one extra. Who wants to be in charge of Whitlock today? This is
I
our
was
wizard.
in charge of him yesterday, so
I can't reach.
I had to protect him.
I do have one additional miniature to hand out today.
I'll take him.
It's puppers.
There's the puppers.
Your doggo. This is a very good time.
He looks like a slobbery hound, too.
He's a mastiff.
Oh.
DOG.
We have brought up our hound.
His name is DOG.
I'll see if I can get us an owl by the end of this run. But we do have DOG has arrived, your mastiff mount. Your head might be hard to wobble up on that
I'm
spot.
like, I feel like, is it spelled D-E-O-H-G-E, D-O-G?
Yes.
Yeah.
G-E-E.
Oh, okay. I approve this message.
All right, so as, like I said, we just completed adventuring through the Wizard's Tower. Who is holding the first star piece? Who's the person that actually collected that?
I think I grabbed it.
Yeah, okay, good. So you're the one in charge of it for now. It's a very important piece.
Dude, I'm like, Harley feels like the better. You're
I
in
give
charge
you
of important stuff.
I gave you a creepy skull to Whitlock, or Face Master Whitlock, remember? I was just like, oh.
You trust Whitlock with the creepy mask?
Yeah, he said
He
would
wrapped
put-
it up
yeah,
and he put it in his robes.
I'm sure that's safe.
Maybe we should take it back and do we get a barracks to store our stuff in?
Yeah, the barracks.
I'm like, can we have a chest
Sure, there are
that
plenty
we
of
bolt
chests in the
down
barracks.
and lock?
Sure. So after you complete the adventuring through the tower, I assume we're heading back to the castle?
Yes.
It is, again, about half a day, so at this point it's going to be the end of the night, towards the end of the day. Most people have started going to sleep. The night shifts have already crossed back in. On the road back into the castle, you do meet up with a group of rangers. People with cloaks and bows. They're the team that you sent out on the scouting party earlier yesterday. They have brought back news. Because you sent this team out on scouting and you did so well on your wisdom and dexterity checks, they were able to really get behind enemy lines and get some information. You weren't able to see because the Wizard's Tower doesn't have any windows out, but essentially everything past the Wizard's Tower to the southwest is just a writhing mass of worms and decay and horror. It doesn't seem like anything may have survived in that land. It was once more plains and jungle area, but they say there's no foliage. There's just whatever is coming is just like devouring the land as it comes. And so it's heading potentially towards the castle. Not really great. And since you have now gone back from the Wizard's Tower to the castle, you're aware that this is pretty much a flat, plain land coming straight this way. And that's the information your scouts are able to give you.
Can we update the map of the war thing that Harley has with that information?
You absolutely can. Yeah, southwest, not great. Bad stuff.
We gotta burn it.
Guess we gotta burn it. Yeah.
I think we can put Bunny on that. Our local pyro.
Bunny burns things.
Bunny does burn things.
Bunny burns things good.
So you're back. It's the end of the night. Are you guys wanting to do anything before you head to bed, or is this business? Is it time to get to rest and then get up, more food, and figure out the next set of adventuring that we need to get down?
I think we need to figure out what we're gonna do with the mask we gave our wonky wizard.
Yes.
Yeah. Whitlock.
Yes.
You told me that you could seal the magic on that mask or whatever it was yesterday. Where do we need to take that? We need to get that stored away to where nobody can use that.
Of course. We could take it up to. I have a study here, and perhaps we could do some sort of thing to secure it there.
That sounds like a good plan to me. Do you guys want to split or all head that way?
Never split the party.
Yeah, plus who knows what we'll find in a wizard's study.
I don't trust Witwiz, so yeah.
Let's go.
All right, you go. He is like in one of the towers. There's a small room of his, and he opens the door. It's not locked. Who'd have thought? And there's a couple bookshelves, some like vials with burbling. Fire's been left on. It's very haphazard in here. Very Doc Brown. Things are all sorts of over the place, making wild motions. And he does go over to a table that has a bunch of papers on it, and he kind of slides all of them off, and then he begins digging into his sleeves. And he pulls out the robes that he had found, and then attempts to dump out. And instead of the mask coming out, just worms pour out of the cloak. There's no more mask to be seen.
Okay.
Noted.
Can we destroy the worms?
Sure, if you'd like to try.
Yeah.
How did you just start squishing them on the table,
I
or?
was gonna say, that's my reaction, basically.
Yeah.
Is I'm just gonna take off my shoe and start beating them.
Yeah.
Are they like earthworms? Or are they like...
Think of like centipede more. They're wiggly. They have like mouths. They like feelers.
So like grubs.
Grubs.
Before
Grubs
you get
is a good
grub
way.
juice all over you, I can burn them. Burn it.
Oh, it's a wooden table, everyone. There's lots of books here.
say, are we just gonna set fire to
Burn it.
This is where I sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Fine.
All right, I'm sorry,
Anyone
Whitlock.
got a broom?
I don't want to burn your study to the ground.
chocolate.
Paper in a cup. Let's get it
Everyone who's
outside.
attempting to smash a bug, roll a d20 and give me a perception check.
Oh, Lizzie. Damn it.
21.
21. So you're smashing all the bugs. You're going through. They're all taken care of, and everyone's like, we did it really, really good. We've got all of this. You do see that one is slowly crawling up Whitlock's shoulder, as if it had gotten out on another way, and he does not. He's unaware of it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go ahead and like swap that one off of him and like stomp it, and then tell him to go check himself in the bathroom.
That's probably a good idea. You know what? He like goes behind. There's like one of those like curtain blinds, the wooden things with the scrims. He goes behind that and just like throws the robe on the other side. It's like, you can just burn that. Just get rid of that.
I grab it and I throw it in the fire before Bunny lights the entire office on fire. The fire was still going.
Yes, there was fire.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
And then he comes
Controlled
out.
fire, sorry.
And he comes out. It seems like he may not have had multiple different robes, so this is kind of like his like day off outfit, just like a fun little like tunic, but it's like a bright green tunic. It's like shorts and like tall socks and like weird little like booties. Like this is not quite his outfit.
Vacation Whitlock
It's kind of vacation Whitlock.
So he's not wearing Birkenstocks?
Like the fantasy version of Birkenstocks.
I'm picturing him as like the Sword in the Stone version of Merlin when he comes
That
back.
is very much the vibe. Like vacation Whitlock all the way through.
I thought it was going to be like berries and cream wax.
No, not berries and cream Whitlock. This is vacation Whitlock.
We'll have
Okay.
to buy him an outfit for that. Like there is a town.
Bud. We can buy clothes.
We can buy clothes.
You can buy clothes.
Can't buy potions. Can't really buy weapons, but we can buy clothes.
We're gonna dress Whitlock up. We had to replace your robe.
Well, I think that may have been enough excitement for today. How about we all rest and recoup in the morning?
Whitlock, might I suggest you make a run by the med tent and have them check over your body for any other bugs that might have not come off with the robe?
He kind of has like a sour idea. He's like, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And he like saunters off down the way towards the healer's rooms.
All right, so we're in his room now. Let's steal some stuff.
What a monster. Okay.
Finally,
he does not
he's
seem
gone.
to think about the fact that he's left you in his room because he's very trusting of people that he believes to be heroes. What do you do?
I'm not stealing stuff.
What kind of potions does he have?
Can I'd like to check around, like maybe ruffle through some of the papers we found to see if there's any sort of, anything that might incriminate him, because I'm still not sure I trust him.
Sure. Yeah, that would be give me a perception check to search the area.
15?
15. You see quite a bit in the room. Like, you can find that he's obviously, like, it seems that Whitlock was the one who figured out how to pull people from other universes. Most likely from something to do with the Wizard's Tower. There's a lot of, like, schematics involving cards. You can see that there's, like, some weirdly shaped dice that have, like, runes on them, but they aren't really doing anything. You can see that there's, like, some, like, gambling chips as well. But it seems like cards were what worked. And so there were several different versions of this spell that he was attempting before it inevitably was able to help bring people into this universe. You do see a deck of tarot cards, which are very similar to your standard normal, what you would think of in like our universe tarot cards, with the major arcana, the minor arcana. The separated into the two stacks, so the minor arcana over here and the major arcana over here. And there are. Does anyone have make a religion check? Who thinks that they know about tarot cards? Like, who would have known that? You?
I would, yeah. I feel like me or Sybil.
Do you know how many cards are in a tarot deck?
Oh,
32?
72.
it's 72.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
that's big
I know
and
this one.
that
Oh,
includes
then you
the
got
Minor
this.
and major.
Yeah. So there are, as you count through them, there are cards missing from the major arcana stack. There are 10 cards missing
From the major?
from the major.
Would that
Okay.
include the 5 cards that we received?
What cards are all missing?
It doesn't seem like there's a rhyme or reason to which ones are missing.
Okay, it's
but
just
just
some
that there
of
are 10 missing from the
Okay.
stack.
Okay.
Do you still have your cards?
Yes.
So your 5
long as
cards
they came with
are
us.
ones that are missing from
Okay.
that stack. So if you put them back, there'd be 5 cards missing.
So there's
Empty
5 more
chairs.
cards.
Lizzie,
there's
yours
5
is the fool. You hugged the slime.
You also licked animate tree sap.
Does that make her the sun with all her fire?
Anyway.
What's Lizzie gonna do on this exciting episode?
Listen, we taught her that she can do dumb stuff and also attack, so this is going to be really engaging.
So I'm just gonna bully Lizzie the rest of the game.
Anyway, yeah, so there are 5 cards missing from that. As you continue to look through, it seems like the Whitlock has been focused on this for a very long amount of time. Like, it seems like there are lots and lots of attempts to make this work. That seems to be most of what's in here. A lot of research dedicated to interplanetary or interplanar travel.
Okay.
And to our knowledge, there's no evidence that any of the other ones were to our knowledge. From what we're being able to look at, there's
No other,
evidence that
Any
like,
of the other
anyone
ways
else came
worked.
through.
not that you can see.
Other than the 5 cards missing.
And there was, I think, 5 extra empty chairs.
Yeah.
So
Plus.
should we ask somebody about the other 5?
I feel like we need to talk to General Sugar Spice.
Okay.
I feel like
Sugar Spice seems like the most honorable and likely to give us straight answers.
and knowledgeable about what may or may not have worked.
All right.
I trust Sugar Spice.
All right. Are you going to try to go see Sugar Spice in the middle of the night, or do you think you're going to go ahead and take a rest and check this out in the morning?
Let's rest, guys.
rest.
Let's
We'll
get
check
up
with
bright
her
and
tomorrow.
early.
We
Yeah.
just walked so far.
Yes.
So I would really like to go get off my feet. Maybe soak them in some hot water.
Fair enough. You're able to rest. You are able to take a full rest. We did level up your characters to 4, so that's a good spot to switch over to those versions of the sheets I think you may already have. And yeah, so it is the morning. The sun begins to creak in. Do we think anyone is adapting to this schedule and is waking up with the dawn, or do you think we have people that need to be awoken?
Did they give us a time we had to wake up, or is it just whenever?
Yesterday, Sugar Spice barged on the door within moments of dawn breaking.
But nobody said, like, you need to be up by this time.
No one told you that.
All right, then I sleep through it.
I'm pretty good at just quickly adjusting to a sleep schedule, so I'm likely like sitting in my bunk, just kind of fiddling around, waiting for somebody else.
Like, I'm one of those,
Sun's
if you
awake, so
if you
I'm
give
awake.
me a time, then I'll wake up 30 minutes before that. But otherwise,
Man, all I'm saying is if you're gonna wake me up at a certain time, you better give me a time.
Normally, I'd be sleeping in, but I really don't want to disappoint General Sugar Spice again. So I'm up.
You're up.
I don't want to upset Sugar Spice.
You meditate.
yes.
Do a trance.
Oh yeah, I
Yep,
guess
I
I
Do
got
you
to try
sleep
that.
or do you trance? Like, do you deliberately sleep because you choose to? And sleep and oversleep an alarm because you chose to sleep?
She didn't give me a time.
That's fair. That checks out.
Did you start
Them's the
meditating
rules.
and then find it boring and then pass out?
Probably. I mean, honestly, I probably just meditated the whole time and then pretended I was asleep when she showed up because she didn't give me a time.
Not spiteful. Okay. Well, at dawn, it seems that most of you would be up and ready and starting to do your stuff, and Rain is just snoring in the corner, just out. And there is the, like, at the door.
Yes.
I walk over to the door and good morrow.
Adventurers! It's Sugar Spice again coming to wake you. It's like, we meet in the front of the castle grounds to prepare for the war effort. I shall see you in moments. And then, like, trots away.
But breakfast.
You know how breakfast works. You know what you get.
Yeah, that's fine. You still have to eat. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have rations. I didn't pack any.
Yeah, I mean, she
And,
said moments. You've got moments to eat.
10 minutes maybe?
I mean, depends on how much you want to disappoint Sugar Spice.
Well,
But he's
I
like,
have to-
no food till Brooklyn. Like, you have the
can't
time to
really-
go get food. You have
Okay.
time to go get food.
All right, cool. I get hangry.
Yeah.
You all had breakfast, be able to get some food, without taking enough time to annoy Sugar Spice. She has understood that you are from a different world and food is very important to each of you. So you're able to eat your food and then head out to the castle grounds. It is again time to prepare for the war effort. You had a very successful scouting mission on the first foray. You now have another option. What do you want to do today? Shall you send out more scouts? Do you want to partake in some sort of espionage, or are you interested in training different recruits or preparing for the war effort in that way?
So I do think since we know they're coming towards us, we should train probably. That way we've got at least, like, in case we're out, there's something and we don't come home to a castle where we can't sleep. It's full of bugs.
And our shard might be compromised.
Yeah. I'd also like to say it's all bugs, so like, what are we gonna espionage? Is someone gonna turn into a worm and go worm it up with other worms?
I don't think we know enough about the enemy to bother with espionage yet, because how
That's
are
what
we
I'm-
going to work
yeah.
our way in?
I
Like,
really
it's
want to
worms.
espionage, but yeah, I don't think we know enough yet
yeah,
to
I think
do
either
that.
training or more scouting.
So training is what we can work on. So training is going to be focusing with strength and constitution. Based on knowing what we know of our characters, I believe that Lizzie can perhaps help people with their strength
I'm pretty
training.
good with that.
And I think that Bunny might be the best at helping people with their constitution training. Is that correct? What's your bonus?
I have a really good constitution. It's
Oh,
plus
yeah.
6.
Oh yeah.
+4 constitution, right? Oh, yeah. They say different on her spot. Like
My
it says
saving
+6.
throw is plus 6.
Your saving throw
and
is plus 6,
proficient,
yeah.
And then
But
regular
her-
is
the
plus
standard
4.
stats +4, yeah.
I see.
So go ahead and give me a strength saving throw and a constitution saving throw. And we'll see how that goes.
11 plus my 5.
Okay, rolled a 12.
11 plus 5 is 16. I can do
They
math.
both got 16.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, 12,
But
13,
it's a
14,
saving
15,
throw, so I do 6.
Oh, is it a
So it's
saving?
18, yeah, saving
Okay.
throw.
Oh, it's the same.
Oh, it's
You're
the same.
it's plus
Plus 7.
18.
So, yay, 18.
18 and 18.
Hey.
Yeah, get that bigger number.
Across the field fist bump.
So, do you have any idea how you might? There's like, a small, not like a legion is a ton of people, so that's the wrong word, but like a squad, like 20 or 30.
We're gonna do circuit training, bro.
Circuit training, yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of like ups and downs and like jumping onto weird medicine balls.
I mean,
and-
yeah, like everyone's got different stations. You switch to the next station. Come on, keep that cardio
Not
up.
to
Hit
interrupt,
rates.
but,
Let's go.
In my brain, I pictured it as whack-a-mole since it's bugs.
We're gonna do stomps.
All right.
Drop to the ground. Punch the ground.
And so there's other folks who are on their like core strength. Bunny, do you have any recommendations for how you might help them like toughen up? There becomes tougher.
Like,
So not necessarily strong,
Okay.
but like how are they going to be able to resist taking damage or perhaps resist vomiting in the sight of all of these worms?
we should do that thing you do in school. What's like an obstacle course.
Oh.
We're gonna do an obstacle course where it's like, pick this up and throw it, and then go through a bunch of cones, and then you gotta do a flip onto something. I don't
And like
know.
there's a bunch of tires, you gotta like
Yeah,
stomp
like,
through the tire. They gotta like tackle a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
These are my buff bunnies, and they'll punch at yo buns.
All right.
Football training.
yeah.
So we will see the results of that tomorrow. Okay. Now that you've prepared for the war effort, Sugar Spice is there addressing various contingents of squads, getting them ready. People are sharpening swords, people are making bows, making arrows, things like that. What are your plans?
We should probably continue looking for that star.
We should probably figure out what section would be advantageous to go to next, since there's 4 others.
4 others.
I would like the different environment.
Is anybody gonna get hit before these worms get to the castle? Because they should be the first people we go
Yeah.
to.
What county is between us and the jungles? What's the southern county?
The next county down is actually a lush, like farmland country. It's very, very rich, very, very fancy. It is currently under the employ of Edward Thorndyke, the Black Knight. He is currently the leader of that area. They are a very might makes right type county. They believe that they have annual tournaments, and whoever wins the tournament is in control of the county for the next year.
Is it specific type of tournament, or is it like a melee, or is it like magic?
Definitely,
is it
it's
free-for-all?
definitely melee. It can change from year to year. Sometimes it can be a joust. Sometimes it can be various different fights. But it is definitely something that they use combat to feel who is the
And
strongest.
is it coming up soon?
Does someone want to maybe do a history check to see, ask around to see what we know?
History, but I'll talk around. I'll figure out if I can have a part of this country before I abandon it. 15 plus, what am I adding to this?
History.
History, I don't have anything in
use
history
one.
except for 1, so 16.
16. It is one of the interesting things is there are flyers around because the tournament is actually coming up in 2 days.
Oh,
Guys,
that seems like the
I'm
way
gonna
to
win
go.
this
It's got a time.
I'd like to ask one more thing about, because everything's depleted to the southwest. So I also want to know what's in on my map, which counties west.
Okay. Let me describe the map for you. What we have so far, so in the center of the country is the Castle of Concordia. To the southwest is the Worms and the Wizard's Tower. That is what you have scouted to know as being kind of destroyed. Immediately south is the lush farmlands that the Black Knight is currently in control of. To the west, above the Worm area, is the swamps. Now, what's interesting about this is if you look at the original map and you look at the new map, the original map, the ancient one, has a beautiful castle on it with 2 gold wings sprouting out from it. However, on the modern war updated map, it is just swampland.
Okay. I definitely agree that at this point going south is going to be
Just because
it
there's a
seems like
time
there's-
limit.
and it doesn't seem like there's much currently sitting in the west. We should at some point take a deeper look.
Plus, if we can take over this area, it sounds like since they're kind of warmongering, that we're going to have a little bit more to add to our defenses.
More allies.
Warmongering might be wrong.
Which way was the wizard's tower again?
The Wizard's Tower is to the southwest.
Southwest.
It's like halfway through the map that you see is where the tower is, and then everything past that was once jungle and is now just the kind of corrupt horror.
Worm Doom.
Yeah, Worm Doom.
Worm doom, 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 doomy, doomy, doom, 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 doom.
The Dread.
Hate sandworms.
What else was on the map to the north and to just that way we
Sure.
just look
Yeah,
at the
let's
whole
go through
map.
the whole
Here, just
map.
look at the map.
So to the north and to, okay, so we've got west. Most of what's here, we have the north is the large mountain range, which kind of focuses the majority of the north. There is a large wall that seems to be put up there that goes through most of the mountain range that seems like there's like beacons and light. It doesn't say much to it, but it definitely seems like if you're familiar with like the Great Wall or historical walls on Earth, it's some sort of keeps things on one side and keeps the country on another side. Then if we continue around, everything over towards the northeast, most of this area is actually a very, very large county, and it just has running horses through most of it.
Centaurs.
What about just east?
So pretty much from northwest
Okay.
to northeast is all the mountain ranges, and then east down towards south is the horselands.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
So in these horselands, are we talking general sugar spice horses, or like wild, possibly mount horses?
It seems that what you're seeing on the map implies more like some sort of horse society.
Okay, possible general sugar spices.
More ponies.
More ponies.
There is no riding horses in this game. This is what I'm getting out of this.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably convince
Maybe-
someone
yeah, maybe
to give
if
you
you
a
were-
ride,
you
unless
were
that's
really good
like against
friends.
their.
Wait, what?
Maybe you were really good friends. Just like if I could be my friend.
We have riding dogs. What do you need riding horses for?
So I just want to confirm as the person who holds the map and as
Yeah.
the ranger. So to the south we've got the Black Knight and the upcoming farmlands and the upcoming tournament. To the west it's just swamps. There used to be a castle that we don't know if it's still there or not. It could be, but it needs to be checked out. To the north we have Jon Snow at the wall.
That was my first thought.
That's why I was giggling.
It doesn't seem, just so you know, to get your mind out, it does not seem frigid. It seems like mountainous, but like arid, deserty. up
Okay.
north.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, it was just like to the north. There's a wall, and I was like, okay. And then to the southeast, we've got Ponyville. Got it.
Yeah, it seems
Sorry,
like
let
it seems like the horse. It seems like
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
horse
rephrase
county is
that.
very, very large. Like it is a large.
So what
island
is
county.
directly east then?
That's it. Like it's
Okay.
So
So
it's mountains into the pony, or the
Hey,
horse.
so
Don't call them ponies.
mountains and
Okay,
the
I might get
horses.
offended though.
Maybe some of them like to be called
Horsetopia.
You want to be their friends, okay?
We're going with Horsetopia.
all right. Does that clear things up a little bit for us?
Is there a name for the horse society town for sure? Or
Do we?
Horsetopia.
It's called Horsetopia.
all right, Horsetopia. Okay,
Got him.
gotta like
Chan loves
let-
us.
Let the DM think on his shoes, on his toes, not on his shoes.
No, my shoes. Yeah, no, it's my ironclad shoes.
Exactly.
To shackle you to the table.
No, I was more like going for like a horse thing. Like
Yeah.
my
It was
horse shoes.
punny.
My horse.
No, we don't say punny around them. Anyway,
The awkward silence.
I just took a D4 psychic damage. Like IRL. Like, hold on. 2. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm like, where's those smiley face dice? Come on. Hey.
okay, so are you approaching anyone to tell them your plan, what your current goals are, what your ideas for this are?
Let's speak with General Sugar Spice.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna go up to Sugar Spice and be like, yo, I've done my duty with this combat training. I'm gonna go steal your land.
She definitely was like, can someone else tell me what your plan is?
Yeah, I got it. There's a place down south that looks like it's having a tournament for rulership.
Yes, the farmlands.
Yes. What can you tell us about that?
The farmlands are the most prosperous of all of the counties, and long ago, the Count Thorndyke, the current Lord Thorndyke's great-grandfather, was actually the one who led the different counties in revolt against the old king. So they have been always a bit duplicitous, but they do provide the food for the rest of the country, so they are our allies, but they definitely think that they are fancier than the rest of us.
Is there anything you can tell us about their fighting style?
They do fight a lot. Because they have so much food and so much wealth, they're able to devote so much of their time to just games and fighting for sport, instead of fighting for real. Sugar Spice takes 3 canters away.
I think we should go check out this tournament because maybe that's how we get that.
Is there an
start.
entry fee and can we be sponsored?
Unfortunately, only someone of noble birth in the farmlands can compete in the tournament.
I'm from Pennsylvania.
I don't know what that means, but I don't think you have the correct patents.
In my world, it means I'm like farm nobility.
I'm going to
Nobility?
need.
Nobility.
I believe that is a bluff check, not as a deception check, not a persuasion check.
So my charisma.
That is
basically?
charisma.
Cool. I got a lot of charisma. 12 plus 3.
15. Sugar Spice, with a 15, Sugar Spice looks at you and is not sure if you're lying or not. You have cracked enough of her interest to potentially believe you, but she's not sold on believing you.
My goat took second prize at the farm show.
Yeah, not to brag, I did actually have a goat. Her name was Cream Puff, and she did win second prize at the farm show. So, I'm basically a farm princess.
What is there a way to become nobility in there? So that we can join?
As far as we can tell, they've only been about 12 noble houses ever since the founding of the farmlands, and they just kind of take turns controlling it. You would either have to be sponsored by one of those houses, or perhaps find a proxy in one of those houses to assist.
Be somebody's champion.
Or perhaps help one of their champions.
Or marry a champion.
I'm gonna go fight a champion.
Just real quick, can you help establish some farmland here?
Yeah.
For these guys? Because
I'm great with goats.
Concordia is needing some vegetables.
For that stew.
All right.
I can help you with corn on that.
Oh.
I got the cattle.
I
I got.
can do flowers. And only violets actually. The rest of them die. So
It's cool. I got this, guys. I grow plants.
Can you bring in Sasquatch? Can you help us?
yeah.
Sugar Spice trots her front hoof a bit and just We're talking about battles. I didn't bring champions to cook for us.
No. To teach your people how to farm.
We have a whole county for that.
Then why is the stew so bad?
Because they think they're fancier than us because Edward Thorndyke is a bitch.
So what you're saying is I have to go punch Edward Thorndyke.
Or something like this. Yes, it's like 2 days
All right,
away.
Let's go.
You find the biggest guy and
That's it.
Prison rules.
yeah,
It's prison rules.
it's prison rules.
His name is Thorndyke.
Yeah.
We got this.
All right. So, the tournament is 2 days away. However, the ride is only a day away. So you'll arrive a day before the tournament and able to kind of get a lay of the land and kind of learn your way around the farmlands.
Yeah.
Yes.
You said the ride. How are we?
Oh, they will provide a wagon.
Okay, they
Yeah.
got one today.
Is it a dog-drawn wagon?
Oxen.
we can't ride
Oxen.
Oxen.
Okay.
Can the oxen be named Jonathan and Susan?
May I ask why?
Because
They're good names.
they're great names.
It's
They're
Why wouldn't they be?
wonderful.
For reasons.
Why
So
not?
anyway,
Susan's
Jonathan
very
and
tough.
Susan take us to this one.
Susan
Jonathan-
is super tough. Jonathan's kind of a little bit. Just so everybody knows.
This feels specific, and I don't understand,
I feel like Sybil's calling somebody out right now.
but I think we'll just go with it.
Jonathan and Susan.
Jonathan and Susan the Oxen. Yoke 'em up, baby.
Susan really likes honeycomb.
I don't like this anymore. No, we're not Susan and Jonathan. This is specific. All right, so you were able to load up the oxen. Are you
Jonathan and Susan.
Jonathan and Susan.
Jonathan and Susan?
That's it. That's their names.
Jonathan and Susan. Trademark DM Mark Lewis. And they both like honeycomb. Susan usually gets honeycomb more often, from my understanding.
For Susan?
For Susan, you know, she's
even
pretty.
have
She's
honeycomb.
pretty badass. Jonathan's a little bit.
You're making
Do
her
I-
take notes.
Do I need to know any more about this oxen fan fiction you've concocted?
Nah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about
Old
it.
married
Let's-
couple.
I'm braiding Susan's hair into pigtails.
I ship it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'll tell you more about Susan and Jonathan during our off time.
Yeah. I can
And-
speak to them for us.
Beautiful. Sounds great.
We got this.
All right. So just the five of you are going with. DOG's coming.
Of
I'm
course,
guessing? Okay.
DOG's coming.
Are you attempting to bring anyone else with you? Any other support, or just the five of you? Six of you.
Does Whitlock want to come?
Why?
Wait,
maybe
maybe
not.
have his robes right now.
Yeah, maybe not to the fighting place. Like he's squishy, I would assume.
Does General Sugar Spice, does she have like someone below her that could come with us and be of assistance?
Yes. There is a second-hand pony. Sugar Spice.
I thought they weren't ponies.
Horse.
Yeah, that's right. They're not ponies.
Yes.
Derogatory.
What if Whitlock is actually like really buff under his robes?
Oh,
We
definitely
would have seen
not.
that when in his vacation clothes.
right.
Just Master Roshi's out from there. Yeah, Captain Nimblecolt is available.
Oh, okay.
Nimblecolt.
Nimblecolt.
I like that.
Nimble Colt.
Captain Nimblecolt.
Captain Nimble
Captain Colt.
I don't have a small list of different horse names in here for no reason.
The other thing I would inquire about before we leave is if there's anybody who knows the proper etiquette and the ways to speak and everything we could take along with us to kind of be our liaison.
Captain Nimblecolt actually would be a great selection. He squired in the farmlands.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
would.
would
We'd
like
like to request Captain Nimblecolt.
Captain Nimblecolt is able to assist. Let me make some notes because
Because Captain Nimble Colt's important.
Captain Nimblecolt is now important.
Yes. It's okay, guys. I took etiquette classes when I was a kid. I know what's up.
So Captain Nimblecolt is a So if Sugar Spice is a like Clydesdale, like a huge horse, Nimble Colt is more like an Arabian stallion, like smaller, leaner, thin. He doesn't wear plate mail. He wears like leather armor.
He's a rogue.
Do I have a weird crush on a horse?
No.
I have a weird crush on a horse. Does that make me a furry?
He does have like
Yeah.
his pelt, fur. I don't know the right correct
Hide?
phrase. Hide. I don't know the right wording for horse coat.
I mean, like they
hair.
talk about their
Hair.
coat.
Well, mane. I know mane, tail, and then like coat.
So I would say
guess.
coat.
Coat, yeah, coat.
His coat is like a deep like mahogany color and has a long shiny black mane.
Okay, beautiful. I was just gonna ask about that.
Yeah. But very, I wouldn't say rogue armor. It's still very like military,
Okay.
but more of say like a finesse fighter type.
Spec
Yeah, like a
Ops.
fighter.
Yeah, so like he's not going to be stealthy because he's a horse, but he also is probably going to use
Like, is he our monk?
like a rapier kind of weapon.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Like he's going to be quick and
How he
Can I ask how nimble?
the hoof and the like? Is it strap on?
They're all you've seen. You have just seen that Sugar Spice has a giant warhammer like sheathed on her back, and then he has a rapier on his side in a sheath.
I mean, I guess you could. Yeah.
They use their mouths, you know?
You're just gonna bite it.
Yeah, they bite it and use it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
Totally.
Either that they like magical girl transform. It's one of the two. It's gotta be one of the two.
But if they magical transform into centaurs, though, like
That was kind of my thought.
I might be in love.
I was gonna say we're gonna start having feelings for a horse.
Start. Have you seen how Bunny's been talking about Sugar Spice?
She is a big woman, and
Clearly, Buff Bunny is into the big women.
All right, so you head towards the farmlands. Nibble Colt goes with you, and you have your oxen, Jonathan and Susan, and plenty of honeycomb to keep them satisfied. You head down the way. Not much happens on the route there. However, when you're about, you can see the entrance to the kingdom. They don't have a castle, as you can see, but it seems like the biggest, fanciest Renaissance fair you've ever been to. There's just tents and tents and tents and like some small buildings and like flags just in the distance. And this,
So,
go
You're
ahead.
saying it's intense?
It is intense. It is intense.
That shit was intense. I regret nothing.
There's just, even from here, you can just hear music coming from this area. It seems like it is a jovial party time. Alongside the pathway, the road, are just fields and fields of fruits and vegetables that shouldn't be able to be like grown in the same area. Like this is like a magical farmland. There's
Hydroponics.
yeah, well, I mean, honestly, it's something that like is straight out of like a science fiction amount of growth. Like there's like a section of watermelon. There's a section of onions next to it. There's a section of potatoes, and then
So
over on the other
farmland.
side.
Not good
Farmville.
cross harvesting.
Yeah, right. It's just it
Farmville.
obviously a druid would say this is not natural farming. This is definitely magically aided farming.
I was too distracted dancing to the music as we walked up the road.
It's okay. I took note that this farming is not usual.
But is bountiful, like giant
This is a
fruits,
lot.
giant stuff. Yeah.
Y'all are obviously using GMOs.
Would it be MM? Because it's magic?
No, MMO is a different
That's
thing.
a different thing. Yeah, that's a game.
When you're about, as you can tell how far you're going, you see that the tents are about ahead. When you're about maybe an hour away, you can still see the stuff in the distance, but you're pretty far away. You do come across, walking towards there is a young man with scruffy brown hair. He's wearing like a very nice white outfit, but it was once a nice white outfit. Now it's very, very dirty from traveling. He has a tabard that has like some, would have been gold fringe, but like maybe this is an older outfit, and so like the gold is like tattered. He has a symbol on his chest of just a big apple. on the gold, like a big gold apple, and he has a big, like double-handed sword on his back. But even the sword just looks like it's probably not his sword. Like this is like a hand-me-down sword. Like it is old. The scabbard is fraying, kind of that peeling that leather does if it's not taken care of.
So either it's a family heirloom passed down from generation to generation, or this guy's poor.
Would his name happen to be Kevin?
Or is it Tentacle Tim?
I'm gonna call him Apple Boy for
I'm
now.
thinking it
I'm
might
gonna
be
shout,
Kevin
"Hey,
since he
Apple
was in
Boy!"
the like the fighty area.
As you look up, like, oh, hello. What brings you, travelers?
Here to fight the main man.
Fight the main man.
We're interested in plausibly being involved in the tournament.
Excellent. Are you do you represent one of the houses?
We need to get in contact with one. We think that we might be better than their champions and would be willing to duel their champions for an attempt at the spot.
Oh, wow. Hold on. Hi. I'm Eli. Hi. I'm from the Core family.
Like Apple Core.
Hey, you get it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually coming to compete myself. I want to. I've heard all the rumors about there being a lot of bad stuff going on, and normally the farmlands have been kind of not wanting to like let strangers in, and I think that like there's bad stuff going on, and I think that maybe we should not be so isolationist,
Oh.
So yeah, I'm gonna go compete too. And he kind of like looks at like you and is like,
Hey, Apple Boy.
Wink.
Are you from one of those main families that are allowed to fight?
I am. I'm competing in the tournament tomorrow.
Can I take your clothes and pose as you?
Maybe
Lizzie.
her spot.
Do we need to hem the pants a little bit? Is he like tall?
He's like
Gangly and awkward.
he's gangly and awkward, but like you can tell that this is someone who has farmed and has worked and has strength to him. He's just kind of a young gangly goon.
Okay. I've tipped cows, bro.
Eli, you said yes.
Yeah.
I understand that you're wanting to compete, but would you be willing to let our friend Lizzie take your spot and compete for you for your honor?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I don't even know if that's possible.
She could be your champion.
I have a beard. I could just be your brother. Let me shave my head real quick.
You do hear Nimblecolt does pop in. He says, "Well, it's important to know that only a member of the family can compete. They cannot have champions, which is why they must duel themselves."
Well, I have this magic spell.
Eli, I know you're young. We need to get married. Right now.
Oh man!
I'm ordained.
This is a lot going on in a moment. I just met you people.
I'm really cool. I make some great chili, bro. So like, and it's like I'm not even gonna be around for a few months longer. So like, then you'll be single again and you can marry some honey and be like, yo, I saved the kingdom this way. There you go, bam. Good life.
I need a persuasion check.
Can I help her?
You may do a help action, but
I'm
where
gonna
only one person can help at a time. If she'll do a persuasion, go ahead.
So mine's not help. I'm gonna give her advantage.
That's what help. That's kind of what
Oh,
help
okay,
does,
cool,
yeah.
sorry.
So if you're
that
attempting to
guidance.
help, you do your persuasion check first. You need over a 10.
18. Sorry.
18 plus 10.
8.
28.
28. Okay, so you were going to roll with advantage.
All right, cool.
So that first roll was.
4 and then a 20.
Is that a natural 20?
That is
Yeah.
a natural 20. That is a nat 20 right there.
Plus 3. 23.
I'm getting married.
How do you.
Look,
How do
he's
I
got a thing for
propose to my
dwarves.
young bride?
Clearly, he has a thing for dwarves, and when she brought it up,
How do you propose to Eli the Young?
Eli, look. I'm here from another world, bro. I'm not gonna be here much longer. I just need a marriage of convenience right now. I'm gonna save this world, right? I'll let you reap all of the benefits. And then you won't even be married anymore because I'll be lost in battle.
We need the star shoe. The star piece.
Also, we need to get some stars.
Oh, man, that seems like a lot all at once.
I know,
What?
this is a big task. I've just had this thrust upon me myself.
But I think this could work.
I think you're right.
Man, okay. So if you represent the core family, then if we win the tournament, then we'd be in charge and we'd be able to help the war effort.
You're gonna be the king.
Well,
Not the king, but like whatever Thorndyke
The
is.
Lord.
The Lord, that's what he is.
And you'd be the lady.
I won't be around much longer.
Well, that's pretty dark.
I know, it's cool. I've got dogs to get home to, so it's fine.
Lady Lizzie.
I'm in.
All right. Bet, marry us.
All right. I have to look something up very quickly because there is a pretty interesting spell that I'm going to let you all know about because can someone do a religion check for me?
I think I got. Wait.
I have a
No,
plus,
I got.
+1.
Yeah, I got +2.
I got +3.
No. I don't know why I tried to roll. I got a 6. I don't have any kind of like proficiency in
I ended up with
religion.
a 14.
Come on, Harvest Moon. That'll put me at 20. I rolled a 17.
Yeah.
So, there is a spell called Ceremony, and it is a ritual spell that celebrates a marriage of two characters, and it does give every character involved for 24 hours a added D4 to their ability checks.
What was that spell called again?
Ceremony.
Ceremony. Okay.
So you may have
Asking
to
for
find a
friend.
cleric that can perform the ceremony tonight, and that would give you bonuses on your upcoming
All right,
nuptial
cool.
battle.
Eli, I'm guessing you know somebody in town who's like a cleric who got the Marion stuff going on, right?
I mean, I'm not from here. I'm from out in the apple country.
Okay, but like, you know, kind of, maybe?
Can I turn to Captain Nimblecolt and ask him if Captain Nimblecolt, you did your
Esquire here, yes,
squireship,
of
yes.
course.
Do you happen to know anybody who's able to do legal marriages in the area?
Well, there is a large church in the middle of the the town.
Could you show us?
Of course. And so it takes about another, 45 minutes to get into the town. Like I said, it is a booming, beautiful festival. And I think now is a good time that maybe we could bring out the festival grounds. So if we can go ahead and pull back your characters. All right, and now we are in the farmlands. You may open your eyes.
Holy crap! So cute! Holy crap! I really like this little flower detail. This is wonderful. This is splendid.
We got little sigils over here.
I'm destroying the tree. Just gale force wind. Those are so cool.
Yeah. All right.
my gosh.
You may put your minis up there. We're not going to necessarily be in any sort of like environment at this point, but it gives you the vibe of what this whole area is kind of like.
Me and my husband,
I adore this.
my fiance right now.
So, Nimblecolt does know where the church is and is able to lead you into the church. However, outside of the church, there is a tall, large dragonborn, all in full plate armor, masked, a big metal mask over his face. You can tell these dragonborn just because there's scales peeking out, but he does have like a big metal mask over his armored face. He has a large sword over his back, and he has a large shield with 7 golden sparrows on the shield.
What color is scales?
They are brass.
They're brass. Okay, cool.
And he stands in the way of the door of the church.
Howdy.
Hi.
I'm here to get married.
You're here to get married. Have you like arranged this? Did you make plans for this?
Yeah,
Is this something?
we just arranged it.
I
called ahead. They said you had a table.
You called ahead. There's no phones here.
What?
How do you know
What's
what a phone is?
How do you
I
know
just
what a phone is?
shouted.
He like takes the mask down, and there's like a dragonborn face. Hey, you're the healer.
Hey, you're cute.
It's that guy.
From your adventure.
From your adventure
at Generous Con.
Make a history check there, Druid.
Like, hey, you're a healer.
Do I know you?
2. Hold on.
You have no memory of this person
Hold
that you
on,
hung
like,
out with
4.
2 days
4.
ago. 4. Yeah, you do
total.
not remember who this person is at all.
Yeah. Hey, you're cute.
I wouldn't have known about it.
No, you wouldn't have known about Rain. You.
We did the dungeon together. I mean, I wasn't a dragon then. I'm a dragon now, but we did the game together. I didn't know you guys got here too.
How did he recognize me in elf form?
You look like you with ears. I'm a dragon.
Well, that explains why I didn't recognize you. Sorry.
What's your name, sir?
Kevin.
Kevin!
Oh!
Kevin.
I see.
How did you get here?
Oh, I don't really know. After we played the game, I went to the auction and there were a bunch of cool cards. And I had this cool card and I had this crazy dream and I've been here for like 3 days.
That checks out.
Checks out.
Us too.
All
But
right.
we arrived together.
No, I arrived here and I kind of got this like idea that I'm supposed to help protect this church.
Okay, well, that's cool, but like, I need to get in that church. I'm not here to like destroy it or
Yeah.
anything. I'm just trying to get married so I can.
Oh,
punch
sure. Let
people.
me introduce you to the priest.
Oh, cool.
He opens the door and takes you in. He walks in with you. I do have a Kevin miniature if you want to.
Yeah, Kevin! Kevin! All right, Kevin, lead us in.
Like I said, the scales. You guys are very
Applewood
large because
saying
you're very
anything.
fun and collectible, but everyone else is just not actually teeny. He is quite tall.
We're actually like
Everybody's definitely taller
their
than
size. Like
Yeah.
Okay, we're not giants.
Except for Lizzie. Lizzie's like,
Lizzie is smaller than.
I'm like this big.
Mm-hmm.
I come up to my dog's chest.
How tall are you?
I'm 3'5".
very small.
I'm like a toddler.
I figured you'd be like 4'1" or so, but
no, even small for a
3'5".
dwarf.
yeah, that's very small.
All right, so
Kick your shins off, bro.
That's fine.
you get into the church. It is, as you may be like confused, like you would expect a very wealthy area to maybe have a very wealthy church, but it seems that maybe the religion in this area isn't as important. This church is not poor, but it's also not big. It is almost more like a parish house than a church. And inside there's rows of pews, and there's a big desk at the end, and there's a small older man with like a nice, like one of those monk long hats with like a little tassel on top, and he's scribbling into some large scrolls. He's scribbling. He's not paying any attention as people come up.
What are like the pews and like everything like made out of? Is it all stone? Is it wood?
The walls are stone, and so there's like nice sculpture to make up, but everything else is just like wood pews.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin was introducing us, so.
Hey, Father. I can't remember.
Priest man.
Yeah, hey, Father, priest man. He kind of looks up and was like, "Yes, Kevin. Hey, this dwarf is gonna marry this loser guy over here.
Rude?
You're not gonna stick up for your husband?
I mean, he's not quite wrong.
You're doing your best. You're a winner with me.
Yeah.
Thanks, man." They need to get married, I guess.
Yeah.
He looks up and says, "So, you're getting married?
Yeah.
You're getting married to this guy over here?"
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we can do this. It's 25 gold.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna look at her husband and be like, pay up.
He's like, "Oh, I guess I am supposed to provide a dowry.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that works."
Yep.
He does reach back and he does pull out a bag. Like, despite the fact that everything about him is frayed and like his sword is like hand me down. He pulls out a like giant bag that jingles and just like 25 gold pieces, like no problem. You kind of get the idea that even like the poorest noble in the farmlands is loaded.
Okay. Wow.
All right, okay. We got a lot going on. There's a tournament tomorrow. You hold his hand, you hold her hand, okay?
Hands are being held.
All right. He like pulls like a little bit of water out from the side, throws it at you, throws it at you. Do you want to be married?
Sure.
Do you want to be married? Yeah. Boom, you're married.
Bam!
Married that farmer's boy.
And then like, but there's like a glow. As soon as he says boom, you're married, there's like a glow and your hands connect. Like you can't break it for a second. And this glow from each of you goes into your hands and you feel like this was obviously like a gig to get in the tournament, but like it's almost like the
Now I'm
Grinch's
endeared.
heart grows. Like it feels.
Now I'm endeared to him.
Yeah, it's like literally like the warmest, like most comforting feeling in the whole world as the spell goes through.
Now you really defend your husband.
All right.
All right, do you need anything else?
Is the priest from New Jersey?
Listen, this is a very busy town. There's a busy tournament going on. I got a lot to do.
Thank you, Father.
So you said everybody involved in ceremony gets the bonus. Does that include the people witnessing?
No, just the two people
okay.
getting married.
Thanks, Father.
Unless, we all want to be polyamorous.
I'd like to get out of here before I catch fire.
Yes.
He kind of like does this and goes back to like writing.
Poor bunny.
I turned to Kevin and I'm like, would you join us?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Like I feel like, hey, Father, do you mind if I like don't hang out front anymore? Like, he's like, yeah, man. Like, you just showed up like 2 days ago, so like, do what you gotta do. I appreciate it, but like, you do what you gotta do, man. And Kevin's like, all right.
Cool.
Hey, I'd like to also ask Kevin, have you seen anything that might be a part of a fraction of a star or like a shiny gem that's very important? Like,
Oh yeah. The diamond piece.
Yes.
That sits in a staff that whoever is the Lord right now has it. The Thorndyke's been walking around with it the whole time.
okay. Good information. Good to know. Is there anything else you can tell us, like about the goings on here, about the factions, any family people we need to avoid?
Well, I don't know a lot about what's going on, but from what I can tell, there's supposed to be 12 families here to compete. And so far, the only people that have checked in are the Thorndykes and the Boars.
What are the other family names?
Well, the Cores are here. And I don't have a lot much more going in my brain. Like I'm on two minds of this, but I don't really know much else. But I know that you are now a Core, and that guy's a Core. Yeah, that's me. Eli Core. That's me. And Thorndyke, the Lord Edward, he's here. And then Percival has checked in, but they're the only ones that have checked in so far.
Percival was a family name?
His name is Lord Percival the Boar.
Okay, Boar.
Kevin, has anyone talked to you about the golden sparrows on you? Like, has anyone tried to address you as something? Because that looks pretty.
Yeah, it's really fascinating, right? Like, I have this dream I had before I woke up I was young and I was being attacked. Something horrible was happening to me, and this monk came and saved me. And the monk had this beautiful tabard that had 7 sparrows on it. And when I woke up like this, I had this shield. So I guess it's all connected somehow.
Okay. Thank you. We need to get you checked in for the tournament.
Yeah. I'm
Lady
ready to
Core.
fight people.
Congrats.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
What was the Thorndyke's first name? I missed
Edward.
it. Edward.
Edward Thorndyke. Lord Edward Thorndyke.
Of course, Lord Edward Thorndyke. Lord.
17.
Sorry.
Okay, Chief.
So you're able. There are kind of like a check-in desk. It seems weird, but this is something that would have even happened in old jousts, where there you would go and have a herald go and present you and check you in and make sure that you were announced for the tournament. It would be very inappropriate for a lord to or lady to introduce themselves, so a herald should go and introduce and check them in.
I will do that for us. All right, so I'm gonna head over to the table and I'd be like, I'd like to enter my lady of House Core into the tournament.
The squire there, not squire, the officiant is very much like, I was unaware that there was a lady core.
They're recently wed.
He looks up over tiny little glasses. It's just looks at Eli, just and then looks at you. Stroking beard. How recently wed?
I go over and I slam my fist on the table. Excuse me, you are not to question my marriage, sir.
That is an
you?
intimidation check.
Yeah, it is. Aw, it's only a 3.
What's your
3+.
3 plus,
I'm gonna go ahead and give guidance for that, which gives a, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check.
1.
I would like to appear
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
as Lady Lizzie Core's bodyguard and try to intimidate. I want to be like,
Just go walk up behind her.
All right, this is like a whole group intimidate check. This officiant. Roll intimidate. You got a high charisma sorcerer, so.
I'm gonna also give her guidance since it's a cantrip.
I think I have something from being a half orc about intimidation.
I believe you have an advantage on intimidation checks.
Okay. All right. Well.
So
All right. 11.
8. So now roll a d4 and add that to your 11. Because I gave you guidance.
Thank you. Plus
13.
2.
13, and then what's your intimidation bonus?
Plus 6.
So that was a 19 total?
Yeah.
So you're just like. And the officiant is like, okay then, who am I to judge? And who will be competing in the sword?
Lady Core?
Okay then. He fizzles out and he goes underneath and he puts the flag of the white field with the golden apple on it. Next to it, you see there is a dark black flag that's a black field with a red rose on it. And next to that is a dark greenish blue with a boar's head on it.
I'd like to ask the, pardon me, the official what all of the standards are for the houses that are allowed to compete.
Of course. One moment. I do want to say, everyone give me an intelligence check.
Oh.
It can be a saving throw if you have a bonus that helps with that.
16.
1.
Hold on.
I'm not very smart.
I rolled a 9 and you said I could use saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Add 5, so 14.
14.
7. 8.
You rolled a 16?
Yeah.
You notice that weird green-blue color, you saw robes of that same color just 2 days ago.
On the boar one? 2 days ago, that's when...
That's when we were in the, is that the robe that we got from the tower?
It's the exact same color.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to discuss this in front of the officiant. Mm-hmm. Where is my lady's tent to ready?
Yes. So due to lack of participants, we are only going to have, at this point, a 3-person melee with the sword at dawn. So everyone will gather before dawn. When the light breaks, we will cheer and we will begin the event. There are tents gathered outside around the live fighting arena. It will be in the morning.
You said with sword, may my lady use a one-handed axe?
We do. My sword is merely a pretense. Any melee weapon is acceptable.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask to see all of the standards so that we can recognize any families who might be coming into challenge.
So he does have a bunch of other flags, but he starts laying them out. But you can tell it's like evening now. Like if they're not checking in now, the odds of
Mostly
them
I'm trying
checking
to
in.
see if our Dragonborn friend is applicable.
No, you're not seeing the sigils with the sparrows.
okay.
No.
I ask the officiant, where are the other families? Do they just not always participate, or is this something new?
He says, oh well, every year we do have the tournament, and it definitely is. How can I say? The Thorndykes have been in charge for many, many years. And some houses are happy with the Thorndykes rule, and some folks maybe are not quite equipped to attempt any sort of other event.
Which houses are not equipped? Do you know? By chance, if
I feel like it would be inappropriate of me to levy that sort of judgment upon any of the noble houses.
Okay. May I ask, what family held power before Thorndykes?
Oh, that would be at least 40, 50 years ago. I'd have to go through the records.
Okay, so it's been a very long time. Not
Indeed,
just-
yes.
Thank
yes.
you. Let's get Our Lady to her tent.
Let me go ahead. If you'll help me set up, please place these figures over on the stands over here on the far side. Those are like some commoners hanging out.
They're watching.
He's got a little tentacle
Can you
hat.
please place these two on this left side? These two on this right side? There seems to be a noble inside here.
The octopus hat.
You guys have like bucket heads.
All right. So I take it that you all wake up before dawn to get prepared.
Before we go to bed, I would like to inform everybody about the cloak. I just want to say that the boar's head banner, the colors, they're the same as the cloak that we kept the mask in. The creepy thing from the tower.
So I'm definitely fighting this dude.
But
All right.
be careful.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
you don't think there's any chance it's a coincidence?
They're in a war. How much of a coincidence could it be?
I feel like it'd be pretty hard to get like a noble robe if you weren't
fair.
of
That's
the
fair.
family.
Plus, why would he be challenging this round, like, if they've ruled for 40, 50 years, if not to wrest control of this place? If he's bad, like, it makes sense to take control of the food first and cut everybody off.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
That is strategy established.
All right. So, I'll give you an idea of what's going to happen. We are going to enter initiative as the tournament starts. Lizzie, you will be competing inside the ring against two other competitors.
Ready for it.
All of the rest of you may set up around the ring anywhere you would like, and we will kind of see where it goes from there.
I'm not against cheating.
Note, it would be incredibly inappropriate to cheat. In fact, should anyone directly interfere with a match, it would be most likely highly illegal and probably forfeit whoever was benefiting from that.
My man's just gonna cheer me on.
So what you're saying is if we obviously help somebody else, we could get them kicked out?
But of course, also, in addition to forfeiting, anyone known for interfering with this noble tournament would likely be put to death.
Okay.
Got
Sybil,
it.
where are you going to be located? Are you already in place?
They're down there.
I'm hiding.
Arcee, do you
I'll
want to
come
be
hang
like?
out with you.
Okay.
No need to be strategic. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna be strategic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go blend
Chill
in.
out next to the bleachers.
I'm gonna go blend in with my
Yeah,
surroundings.
you gotta rogue it.
We'll pretend that I'm like up here.
All right. As you enter into the ring, trumpets herald from the other tents, and out comes. You are introduced first, Lady Core of House Core from the Apple Fields.
Apples.
There's like 4 of you going, "Apples."
Let's go apple.
From one of the other tents, there is introduced Lord Percival the Boar. And you see a tall, thin man in very similar robes to what you have seen. He has a very stark face, thin, pale, hook nose, very like bluish hair, bluish eyebrows, just very thin and kind of very creepy. He doesn't like stop moving. He's very unsettling.
Baldo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, a little bit.
And his name was Percival, right?
Percival. And then there is like a hushed sound. Like all of you cheered for Lizzie. However, when he entered through, there were like murmurs. Like,
Oh, snap the script.
and then they eventually announce Lord Edward Thorndyke. You can place him somewhere. Make him like a triangle. They're all inside the ring. And when he comes out, all of the folks in the commoner section like erupt into cheers and applause. And the folks in the noble section kind of do this. One of the heralds does announce, this is a fight, not to the death, but it will be last champion standing. Whoever is champion will, of course, inherit the lorddom of the farmlands. Let's roll initiative.
All right.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Oh.
Stupid.
4.
7. Well, hold on. 10.
2 plus 2 is 4.
23.
Beautiful.
22.
Hey!
Almost.
One of these days. All right, so Sybil has the highest initiative, so we will start with Sybil. As we go through, you're the one that's important in this. You have to win this fight. However, everyone else be aware of what's going on because situations may change as we go through. Sybil, you have the first action. It's on you.
Just gonna blend in with the crowd. I don't really feel like at this point, like I'm on guard, but I don't want to be put to death either. So just gonna kind of listen in the crowd for any sort of interesting murmurs or...
Cool. Can you do a perception check for me, considering how close you are to some of those nobles?
I'm gonna use this one.
Yeah, eavesdrop.
Thanks, Storm Knight. Perception is, 17 is what I rolled, and plus 3 would be 20.
20. So where you're sitting, you kind of are looking through. You notice that there's some weird noise happening. And you see 2 of the people in the stands reach into their robes and pull out these pale white porcelain masks and put them on.
All right, cool. I don't really have a way of alerting anyone because without making a big hassle, but I will go ahead and
You could tie a note to a thing and shoot it.
no arrows. That's a terrible plan because they might take it the wrong way.
I mean, that's fair. I'm just saying.
I mean, maybe throw a stone up at Raynaria and like kind of like give her like a little, check these people out. Because she would be the least, like,
And she's got an owl.
no one would think that you over here was throwing a stone and it would end up landing like in the middle of the thing. So
I'm over here.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Sorry.
Like,
Okay.
over there, you would throw a stone, it would hit Rain there, and then it would just fall into the thing. So I'm sure people wouldn't be like, "Where did that stone come from?"
But they might
Probably
look
up
up and see
there.
Rain.
Yeah, that's true. but-
Accidentally drop it, like, or why would she be up there?
Yeah.
I'm up there for the
I'll go
view.
ahead
What do
and,
my elf eyes see?
Best view in the house.
Go ahead and stealth. Kind of like I'm blending in with people, hopefully.
Yeah, easy peasy. You got this. Roll for stealth.
Cool. Stealth over to Harley. Closest. Nope. Not very stealthful. 11.
11. 3
So
plus
3 plus 8.
is 11. You're going to be able to make it over to Harley, but odds are people are going to see you.
Just going kind of like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So if we want to move you over towards Harley, Lizzie, you did not get the drop on Lord Thorndyke. Lord Thorndyke has got the advantage on you, and he looks to you, and he does have this like Spartan outfit. He's very ripped, very muscly. He has a large spear and a short sword.
All right.
And he looks to you and is like, "You're not even a noble. I don't even know how you're allowed to compete. But I shall end you." And he marches over and swings at you.
Let's go, beefcake.
He is going to roll. That is a 22 to hit, which hits you even with your boosted armor class, which is now an 18. And it is going to deal... This short sword that he hits you with is actually quite sharp. And it is going to deal... It is going to do 11 points of damage to you.
Okay.
You notice that at your feet, the ground is almost feels softer than it should. Make a reflex save.
2.
When it's your action, you are going to be unable to move from your spot because it's like the ground is wiggling under your feet and you are having to use all of your movement
Worms and it's
confirmation
awful.
to stand still. It is your action.
Okay, so I can't move.
You can't move. Your move has been reduced to 0.
All right, that's fine. He's pretty close to me though, right?
He is. He's in melee combat with you.
All right, I'm gonna take a stab at him.
All right. Now, I do have to remind you, as a barbarian, would you like to fly into a rage as a bonus action?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Now's the time.
I was gonna say being stuck in the muck. So can't finish that sentence.
All right, so let's go ahead. That is your bonus action. So now that you are in a rage, for the rest of combat, you can do a swing as a bonus action, and you take half damage.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna swing on him. Preferably his knees.
Yeah, all right. Let's get a hit.
16 plus what's strength of 5?
Your great axe down
you're
here.
Right. You're right. Plus 7.
7's gonna
So 21, right?
23.
Yeah.
23.
23. I can do math.
Definitely gonna hit. So roll damage right down there.
All right.
These one.
Okay, I was like, I thought I had my eyes on it, and I was like,
You nailed
too
it.
many colors. Okay. So 11 plus 5 slashing.
16 points of damage. So you're wiggling, you're having to use all your mode to stand still, but you've got this big axe, and you just bring it down, bashing. He uses like the shield on his arm to catch it, but it definitely like bashes down into him. So he's not taking any slashing, but he's definitely like getting pushed back against your hit. 16 points of damage is a pretty good hit. Harley, what's your action?
I'd like to detect magic.
All right. As you detect magic, you can sense that you just get beacons. You now you're like, what? Something is happening, and you can tell that there is a spell happening at Lizzie's feet. And as you sense, wait, where is this coming from? You see just mixed into the crowd of nobles, there are 4 glowing masks in the crowd.
Okay. Can I tell which ones are glowing?
You can, yeah.
Is the guy in the center?
No.
Okay. I'm assuming that's an official.
Yes.
Okay. Can I make it over there in my movement?
Yeah, you could get. Where do you try and get to?
Over to him.
Absolutely.
To get his attention.
Yeah.
Sir, I sense something is going on here. Look under the ground of Lady Core.
Make a persuasion check. He is very focused in his duties.
That is an 18.
18. He definitely is like, what are you saying? What are you saying? He looks down, and the thing about the ground is that it doesn't look strange to you. It feels strange to Lizzie, and since you have detected magic, you know that there is a spell, but he looks where he's like, oh, what's happening? But he just can't see, obviously, that something's going wrong. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's a fight happening. We have to focus. This is important. So that's going to be your move and your action. As you move through, We go around to the other side. Percival just stands over in the corner. He bides his time, hangs out, watches the two of you duke it out.
Nah.
But you do feel Harley, go ahead and make a reflex save.
What would the...
Sorry, dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I'm old school.
Yeah.
that is a 22.
22, awesome.
21.
21. So you are like, you're trying to get this guy's attention, and you feel for a moment the ground open out from underneath you, and you just do a quick sidestep, and a small sinkhole, exactly as big as you are, opened up right underneath where you just were.
Would I grab onto the side of the railing to sturdy myself?
Yeah, you're able to just completely sidestep, you're like, something's about to happen, and you're like,
Okay.
and
You sense the magic.
Bunny.
Okay. Creepy Percival is right in front of me now.
He is.
My understanding of Detect Thoughts after reading this was that I can cast Detect Thoughts and learn the surface thoughts, what is most on its mind in that moment. And then, as an action, I can probe deeper, they'd have to make a check, and then they would know.
Yes.
But, so I can do it just surface level without him knowing, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I want to detect his thoughts.
So, this is something interesting that you are detecting thoughts of Percival, because you are an aberrant mind sorcerer, and your own mind is full of tentacles and whispers and horrible things since you've arrived here.
My brain is already full of eldritch horrors and elevator music.
It might be like that in the real world too, who knows? But at least in this world, there has always been something at the back of your psyche since you've gotten here, whispering to you, guiding you to cast spells and burn things and do some sorts of terrible stuff. And as you reach out to read Percival's thoughts, anyone else who did not have that sort of mind would probably hear horrible, incomprehensible static. But you, having a wormy mind of your own, am able to actually detect a little bit of what's going on. Percival you get the sense that this is a person who is a noble here. This is a person from this country. And this person truly believes that he is going to be the king of the ashes pretty soon. So he just feels like this is inevitability. The fact that there's another person weakening Thorndyke before he has to even fight makes it so much easier for him. So he
he's
is
all,
just
smug.
He is as smug as hell right now. He is literally leaning in the corner.
Okay.
Brush his hand.
Okay. That's all.
All right, Rain.
So, would mold earth have any effect on the wibbly wobbly stuff under Lizzie's feet?
It absolutely would.
Okay, I'd like to go ahead and use mold earth and solidify that so she can move again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see, that takes my action.
So mold earth allows you to move a little bit of extra earth. I would allow you to stabilize whatever worms are moving underneath Lizzie and possibly move them somewhere else if you would like them moved somewhere else.
I'm gonna move them under Thorndyke.
All right. So you definitely get the sensation that that is solidified underneath you, but because you felt where it moved, you can now sense that Thorndyke is on unstable ground.
Okay.
I think that's it for me.
That was so cool.
Sybil.
That's why I get mold earth and shape water every time that I can. They're OP.
I'm gonna go ahead and step kind of out of sight, so I guess stealth, I suppose.
Sure,
Roll
make a stealth check.
again.
Yeah, you could get back there. Everyone is focused on the fight, so they're not necessarily looking at you, so you could blend into a crowd.
Can I roll with advantage then?
No, not that good.
All right, it was worth a shot. That'll be I rolled a 6, so that'll be 14.
The people over here have no idea don't seem to be paying any attention to you.
Okay. The people in the masks, can I roll perception to see if they're paying attention?
Since now that you're looking for masks, you saw that those both folks have masks, and you know, as you got around, they're no longer looking at you.
Okay, all right, perfect. I want to go ahead and cast Disguise Self. To go ahead and look like a noble, I guess.
Okay.
And then quietly slip into.
So you're like up in here.
Yeah.
into the
Slip
crowd.
into the noble
Down a
area.
bleacher.
I don't think that's gonna
You're
work.
there.
We'll just
Yeah, you're
pretend
there.
I'm
Yeah.
there-ish. And I'll go ahead and wait quietly after doing that.
All right. So Thorndyke he's Edward's there. He's like on unstable ground, but he does lash out wildly, and he is going to try to strike at you. He smashes his shield at you, but you're able to like dodge it because he's just so unwieldy that he has to use he has to stab his spear down to the ground to even begin to steady himself. And then as he pulls the spear up, there's just like a horrible grub at the end of it. And he's like, "What horrible magic is this?" It's your action.
All right. So, I'm like, Thorndyke, listen to me. If you care about your place, this dude across from you bets on anything. He's behind these weird worms.
Persuasion check.
8 plus 3?
8 plus
10,
3
11.
is 11. He's like, he looks over at Percival and he's just kind of like, "Percival's behind worms? That makes no sense." And he takes the worm off and he throws it into the over towards the commoners. So we're like, "Yay!"
We get a worm.
You still have a move and a bonus action. So your bonus action you can attack with.
All right.
You can also go attack the other dude who's standing in the corner since what's his name's on unsteady
I was
ground.
gonna say, he's already preoccupied. I'm moving over towards dude over here.
He's
Yeah.
being smug.
You can get up to him while he's in the corner.
Gross.
He thinks that you're engaged and just you can run right up there and you can do your bonus attack as an action.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him in his
Stupid smug face.
I'm here to punch things.
With your axe.
All right.
So that's a 3 plus 7 equals 10.
Yeah.
You do run right up to him and you swing your axe right at where his head is, but because he's so relaxed, he's able to just like slink down, like real quick, and this just like your axe swings by and just like takes like a little bit of Bunny's hair off, just like the tiniest like.
Okay.
Thanks. I needed that trimmed.
Fight your
Anyway.
ends for a little.
Yeah, always looking out for me. Thank you.
Harley.
Okay. I'm gonna try to cause a distraction because obviously this guard's not paying attention to what's clearly going on. And I'd like to cast Hideous Laughter on the nobles that Sybil is one of the nobles that Sybil's blending in next to.
Okay, the masked one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a save, correct?
Yeah.
What is your spell save DC?
13. And it's a wisdom.
This noble right here drops down, just behind the mask, just completely incapacitated onto the ground.
Okay.
As that happens, you get the sensation that the ground is steadying.
Okay. At that point, I'm going to look for Sybil because I know Sybil at one point was behind me. Probably do not perceive you, but
I mean, you might sense the magic, but I guess you wouldn't know specifics because other people are magicked. Never mind.
yeah. And on that note, I am going to move further back out.
All right.
just to kind of keep a wider eye, and I'm kind of staring at Rain, being like, I'm sure the giggling caught your attention, so.
All right, so as we get over there, Percy, who's not used any sort of weapon yet, just reaches his hand out to you, and from his robes, a rope comes out and tries to snake around your neck.
Oh no.
He rolls a 17. What's your armor class?
18 right now with Eli.
Yes. So it snakes around, but there's just a magical force. Like it whips around your neck, but a magical force lightens and makes it withdraw back from him.
Power of love.
From that, he is then going to run out from the side to try to get away from you and make some space. Doing so will provoke an attack of opportunity. So
Perfect.
you will be able to
I'm gonna
attack
reach
him.
out and grab him. We grappling.
It's a 7. That's a 7. And then plus 5 strength. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You are able to grab him like around his neck, and he's not able to leave your space. So you are still in combat with him. He is stopped there.
Would she have had advantage since she's behind him? Since he ran away?
It's because he was
Well,
as he's
okay,
attempting
yeah,
to
that's
leave.
It was an attack.
Yeah. So he's still in the corner, actually. He never got out of the way.
Yeah. He like tried to run past me. And I just grabbed him by the collar and was like, nah.
Kevin
don't.
moves down through the crowd of commoners over towards Bunny and says, Bunny, is there something going on that's not normal? What's happening?
Yeah. Percival's smug. He thinks he's got this in the bag. There's nobles with creepy masks over there. The ground was being weird. There was a grub. This isn't right. Someone's interfering.
So he looks over and he sees the grub that's on the ground, and he's like, "Wait, is this one of the creepy worm things?"
Yeah.
Help me convince the crowd to understand. The commoners won't allow this. They'll help revolt against this. This is an atrocity to their culture. You have to help me convince them.
You're right. Okay.
It's your action.
All right. I'm gonna grab his arm and raise the grub, and I'm gonna jump up and down and just be like, "Hey, what is this? Who's doing this?"
Do a persuasion check on the crowd because you're trying to convince them that something is up.
I'm like, party foul.
I've just seen a 10-foot orc swinging this man around.
To be fair, the dragonborn's about the same size as you, so you're both big and beefy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he was small. He's dangling.
Or to miss.
Okay, I rolled a 15 and then persuasion plus 4, 19.
19. So as you yell to the crowd, there's several people up there that are like, "Oi, what's that? Oh, that's a gooey, grossy grubby." And they kind of all run to the edge of the combat and are just screaming like, "Boo! Boo!"
Yeah, I'm gonna start booing. Boo.
Rain, it's your action.
I'm gonna go ahead and use Mold Earth again, and this time I'm gonna use it to force the grubs above ground so it's evident that they're there and that it's not just a single thing. To help with that guy seeing it.
Give me a wisdom check, just plus your wisdom modifier.
10.
10? Okay. You're able to do your whole X-Men trying to bring all the worms up. As you bring the worms up, there are a bunch of them all around, all underneath the area. And as they pull up, there is this moment where you can see that they're huge, long tendrils of worms. And so they streak from the middle of the arena. 4 of them go towards the nobles areas, and a bunch of them streak over towards where Percy is. So there's like when a rabbit in a cartoon is digging, there's that rough of ground. You can see those streaking out as if they're connected to those areas.
Okay, so they're going to there and to him. So you can see where they go now.
Correct.
Okay. What's my move? That, because that Mold Earth takes an action. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the person in there and be like, look at the ground. You can tell like something is wrong.
The officiant definitely like is very like, oh, what even are those things? Sybil, it's your action.
Well, clearly I gotta break concentration on these people. Clearly, that's very important right now. So I am going to trip into them.
Okay, a controlled trip.
A controlled trip.
Oh, I guess there's only 3 tendrils coming this
Yeah.
way because one of them is knocked out. Yeah.
So just kind of like want to like topple them over a little bit to just like break their
Concentration.
concentration.
All right, just go ahead and give me a. I think that's an attack. I guess.
Is that an attack?
Or is that dexterity?
Or would it be
Let's
dex?
do a dexterity roll. Let's check. Do a dex check.
You're like, oops.
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry, I tripped. Oh.
I will give you advantage because they aren't looking at you and you are disguised as a noble. So they're just like, oh, there's just some drunk jerk behind me.
All right, I rolled an 11. That'll be 17. Oh, excuse me. Not the saving throw. That'll be 15.
All right, so you are able to successfully tumble into that one. It breaks their concentration. The mask stops glowing and part of the worms disappear. But this person just looks at you and like you can tell that with whatever is on this mask, when they look at you, they are looking at you. Like something here is looking straight. There's no like eyes, but you feel a piercing gaze directly into you. They pull out a small dagger and stab at you.
Should I roll a reflex save?
No, what's your armor class? It doesn't matter because that's a 20.
What if I roll a 20?
That's not how armor class works.
16.
The first attack was a crit. The second attack is a crit.
This is the first, but to be fair, this is the first time I've been hit in the game at all.
That is true.
So
you take, for the first one, 6 plus 5, 11, plus 2, that's 13 points from the first attack. And then 1 for 6 from the second attack for a total of 18 points of damage.
Oh, okay, that's easier to do the math for.
So this person pulls out this wicked-looking dagger and just, like, that mask, you were the person that saw the visions before, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just horrible, like, it doesn't actually affect you, but, like, almost like you're feeling that again, and then the wicked dagger is just slashed into you twice with 2 pretty prominent strikes for 18 points of damage. Thorndyke, seeing all this going on, rushes over towards Percival and is like, boy, what is the meaning of this? And stabs at him while you're holding onto his neck and like stabs at where he is.
Teamwork gonna make a dream work.
And he deals a non-insignificant amount of damage to Percy as he stabs right at him. They were gonna go over there, Lizzie, it's your turn.
Yeah. So now I've got Percy in my grip.
Yeah.
He's been stabbed. And so I'm gonna hit him myself. I'm gonna hit him. Actually, I'm mad because he's trying to cheat, and I'm not about that. Like, cheating is not cool. Only when I do it. Like, I can cheat, but like other people cheating, like that's just messed up. Anyways, so I'm gonna frenzy, which gives me an extra attack against him, mm-hmm. And so I'm gonna hit him like pow pow. So let me just roll those right now here. That's 12 plus 7 is
19.
19.
Hits,
cool. 1d12 plus 5 slashing there. I've got 11, so another 16 there, and then with my second pow, it'd be an 18 plus 7. Pretty
Hits.
sure that's gonna hit. And then 5 plus 5 slashing, so 10 more damage there.
So 26 total. All right.
She said, pow, pow.
So you're holding him by like his little scrawny neck, and Thorndyke has like stabbed him with the spear, and you're just like slashing at him.
Like
and
he's a tree.
as you slash, like you notice like normally if you attack things, they aren't getting you're dodging, you're doing little nicks here and there. You are slashing into him, and just like he's not bleeding. Like you slash through him, and then like it like worms back together, and like anything that comes out like hits the ground and then like sinks into the dirt.
That's disgusting. This dude is weird.
He's worms.
Harley.
Never doubt the worm.
20 million worms in a trench coat.
So I feel like at this point I don't know that it's Sybil, but I suspect that whoever is being shanked, because I'm looking in this direction, is on our side of the things.
Yep.
And they're not wearing a mask, I assume.
Correct.
So I'm going to draw my arrow at the guy that shanked Sybil. And see where that goes. That is 17.
17 hits.
Okay. So 7 piercing and then 2 psychic. So
All right. You deal a significant amount to that ninja, and it definitely has broken any of the concentration that it would have over there. It is focused now over on you and Sybil, and kind of like panicked because like this is not part of the plan. It seemed like it shouldn't have been noticed. When we get over there, the crowd has just gone nuts. Like, they can see that there's worms, this is inappropriate. They actually kind of push you and Kevin out of the way, and the rabble have gone full, control of the crowd, and they grab Percy by the arms and attempt to pull him away from you. Like, as the crowd grabs, do you let go as they try to pull him out of the ring, or do you maintain your grip?
I'm gonna maintain my grip because I don't want them to take him away. I'm trying to off this dude.
Yes. So you hold on to the neck, and you never let go. But as they pull him, he just like squirms out of your grip, like, and just deteriorates as they pull. Like, one person's grabbing an arm, and as they pull it, like, nothing comes out.
It's gone.
And it's just bugs go squirming out of it and get thrown away. And they all just like grab him, and then they're like, what is happening? Like, oh God. Even Thorndyke is like, ha, just like screams and like horror. Like, this is something horrible is happening there.
I told you!
The officiant just like throws a red beanbag out into the middle of the field. Like, halt the fight, halt the fight. Thorndyke looks to you and is like, you're not a worm, are you?
No, I tried to tell you he was worms.
Who else is worms? He like stabs his spear under the ground. Who else is worms?
are we still in initiative?
Just, I mean, go with it if you think you got it.
I'm just gonna yell. Many of these nobles are wearing masks.
I'm gonna point to the ruts and say, follow the lines.
The officiant pulls out, like, is like, oh, and then pulls out this bow and arrow and knocks it at the two, because this one is knocked down, this one's laughing uncontrollably, and like Legolas doubles arrow at the other two who are like,
Riot.
and at this point, we are actually going to freeze and finish up and find out the result of the tournament on the next episode. So join us next time as we find out the thrilling conclusion to the tournament at the farmlands. I'm Chan Sterling, and we'll see you next time on The Fractured Star.
I knew I'd compete in another farm show.